What's the 2 seed mean to a coach and kind of the body of work and the program?
I told the guys on the bus last night when we knew that we were hosting just how proud I was of them. I've always said I think one of the greatest accomplishments of this baseball program has been the ability to host regionals. And I guess this is our 9 NCAA regional or super regional that we get a chance to host. And to be selected by the NCAA, that's 14 weeks. That's weather challenges, that's injuries, that's slumps. There's so many curveballs, obstacles that come at you, and for again our kids to come out having one of the better resumes in the country. As a coach, I just told them how proud I was of them.
How does this selection help kind of put the weekend behind you guys and show that it's really not the end of the world, you can just move on?
Yeah, I've heard the conference tournaments, you can only put so much stock in that. There's every team that made our ACC tournament, 10 teams all got in the NCAA. So as I said before the tournament, it's a super PAC type of atmosphere regional. So only one team wins and the other 9 teams lose. And so, you take from it what you can, and it's happened to us before. We haven't played great in the tournament, but we come back and we regroup. And as a coach, it gets me fired up to want to get the practice, and you hope it's always a wake-up call for your players that, hey, we just got beat. We're not invincible. There's a lot of good teams out there, and so hopefully it helps them focus a little bit more this week in practice.
What do you know about the 3 teams that are coming here?
Well, in Western Michigan, they played here a few years ago, and the MVP of their tournament, left-handed pitcher Aiken, pitched here as a freshman. So, I know they have one of the top pitchers in the country. Of course, Ohio State, we've played them most years, and they seem to be one of the hottest teams in the country, as well as they played the last month of the year. And then Wright State played here as well, and they usually play here. We play them every couple years, and I know their coach well and their program, and it's kids usually with a chip on their shoulder, and they play hard, and so I like that it's regionalized and it's a bunch of teams and kids from the Midwest. I think it'll be a lot of fun for the fans.
Is that one of the more benefits of being able to host? Is you're going to get to play teams that you're probably familiar with because of the way they regionalize things?
Yeah, I guess one of the regionals had 2 teams from California. So some years you get teams that are from your region. I guess most years, but then sometimes not. And for us, it's more about us. It's more about we get to be at home, we get to sleep in our beds, we get to eat at the places we like to eat at. As I teased the guys last night, but we get back to a routine. The challenging stuff for us is it seems like the last weekend of the year we're always on the road, and then you go to the conference tournament. So it feels like for 2 weeks we're gone. We're in hotels and we're on buses and we're practicing in other facilities and playing in other ballparks where the advantage of being home, we could just get back to a good routine this week. That's the biggest advantage of being home.
When do you decide on your pitchers, or how do you deal with that this week?
Yeah, I got Coach Williams and Coach Snyder are recruiting. Actually, there's playoff games going on, and we've got signees and commitments that we need to keep up with, and some future stars out there. So we'll get together. We had addressed it over the weekend that let's let the bracket come out. Let's wait till all the coaches get back in town, and then we'll sit down and see what's the best matchup. I think the advantage for us is, you can make an argument for any one of those 3 weekend guys. You can make an argument for our midweek guy that he should start game 1. So it's a really good problem to try to solve. Not really a problem, but decision to make. That we got 4 guys that are capable of starting that first game. So no need to make a quick decision. Let's sit down as a staff and look at what's the best scenario we feel for us with our matchups and know a little bit more about the teams we're playing.
Dan, you mentioned routine is big being home, but with your record this year, having that confidence, what kind of a boost is that to have that confidence going into this tournament?
Just how well we played at home at Jim Patterson Stadium in front of our fans. I think that's the exciting thing. The last weekend you're on the road, and then you're in Durham, and to get back to Jim Patterson Stadium, to hear the crowd roar when you run out there, to get the 2-strike clap going. I'll say the 2-strike clap 100 times this week for all the fans. That I mean, that's the regionals. That's the NCAA. That's the excitement and the passion, and it's a huge boost for every team that's hosting. But it just seems especially really unique and special here in Louisville.
What are the keys to winning in the postseason? And is this team maybe perhaps built better than any you've ever had?
You know, it comes down to playing well. It sounds simple. I always say it's three things. You got those strikes. Your pitchers have to pound the ball into the zone. If they do that on a consistent basis, you got to be ready to make plays. And just routine plays. It's nice to make a great player too, but if your pitcher's going to throw the ball into the zone, then that means the ball's going to get put in play, and you got to be able to make routine plays. And then you got to get a timely hit. You know, there's that 2-out hit that someone's going to have to get at some point. Because the pitchers are really good, the teams are really focused, and everybody's playing at such a high, passionate, joyful level that, you know, it's just not given to you. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. So we emphasize those three things on a consistent basis, and it's worked pretty well for us.
You think you're going to go with Will at catcher the rest of the way?
It's another good question. I mean, Will has gotten better. He's played great down the stretch. You know, what we love about Colby is, of course, the bat that he brings, and again, we'll sit down and just look at the matchups, and you know, but you definitely want to get your best players on the field. But you're going to need some guys to come off the bench too and give us some huge at bats. But that's another thing that, you know, we've discussed. We'll look at.
One more.
You've been in this building a long time, but you see how the college baseball culture grow here. You've had so many great wins and heartbreaks, and people have kind of gotten into the real drama of it here.
Yeah, I said it when we lost in 2010, how crushed everyone was, you know, fans and media, and obviously last year that's healthy. That means people care, and that's what we want. And as I realized when I got here, and gosh, 10 years have flown by, we want to give the fans something to get excited about in the spring. We love the fall sports. We love the winter, you know, obviously the winter sports and the basketball programs, but we wanted to give the fans something to get excited about, not just the Derby that weekend, but all the other weekends that we have great baseball going on here. So we're glad we're doing our part and trying to keep our fans excited as close as we can to the football season.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.